Hello there, everybody. This is Fearmy Games here with the next part of our Byzantine Empire campaign. Originally, we were the Empire of Nicaea, a small faction on the western edge of Anatolia. Well, we reconquered Constantinople, destroyed the Latin Empire, and we have reformed as the Byzantine Empire. Last episode, you saw us basically focusing on building up our cities. We marched west with our general here. We fought and defeated the army of Epirus outside their gates when they moved to attack us. But unfortunately, before we could jump on that advantage, where we wiped out their army, other factions came in and took the settlement from us. Not wishing to make war with the people to the west quite yet, I decided to fall back to my capital and rebuild the army again through replenishment, and then push east and dealing with our enemies that are ever encroaching from the east. We did notice there's an enemy from this faction over coming by sea. I do not know if they're coming to attack me or if they're coming to attack our defensive allies, I forget what their name is. Something about Rome. The Seljuk Sultanate of Rome was initially being pushed back. They lost these three settlements. No, these three settlements, but then they recaptured the settlement, showing that they do have some life in them. In the meantime, Empire of Trebizond, after they took Ankara, started moving west. I saw when they took Ankara that I need to bolster my garrison over in Nicaea, so I immediately began recruiting an army over here. It is cutting into our income, but better to be cutting into our income and have an army than have no army and lose everything. So, we left off right here. There's an Empire of Trebizond army just sitting here, and I'm going to just kill it because I have a bigger, almost twice the size of his army, so I can just do this to him and kill him. So we're going to fight this out manually. I think we'll honestly lose less fighting manually than the AI seems to think we have, because they're all militia, very low-level militia troops. The only thing they have that's pretty decent is those archer cav. But I'm pretty confident just fine. The one thing I do need to make in this army, but I don't think I have the capabilities of making it yet, at least not in Nicaea, where I built the army, is to make a lot of cav, which is going to be the main weakness of this army. No cav. It'd be outside of my general. And as we've shown in previous parts of this series, cav is very strong. Alright. So we have our little pikemen. Honestly, I think the units look super cool in this mod. Very well done. So we'll use the pikes as the center of our lines. They will be able to quite easily make hold the center, because their flanks will be secure by themselves. And then I will be using my spearmen here to guard the flanks of the pikemen. And then we'll be using these guys, our swordsmen. We're going to hold them a little bit more in reserve, and we're going to try and use them to flank. Or at least hold, basically, my plan is these guys will hold the front and the center, and I want my swordsmen to be able to push on the flanks, which is one reason I'm having them slightly back, is I want the AI to try and clump more on the units in front, and then, I just try to flank them around. If it ends up being that this just becomes a line of defense, then, oh well. Not quite what I planned, but it could have been worse. Meanwhile, we have our archers and crossbowmen in the back here. I need to change that setting, because that setting is trying to drive me crazy right now. So we'll probably be advancing in this kind of formation for now. Keep my general separate. They actually got a very good terrain advantage. Is the AI just going to give it up? Or is it actually going to camp up there? It looks like it's going to camp up there. If they do that, that's very smart on them. I'm going to speed this up. I think the way around it is probably going to be me going up all the way around on their flank and going up this little smaller hill rather than going straight up. It'll take a little bit longer, but it'll be a lot smarter to do that. We'll just have to keep a very close eye out for them moving to, like, marching. Out, like, from their vantage point while we're forming up. I could probably just walk these guys, honestly. I don't need to run them. You can get out of spear wall, so that way you can catch up. We're a little disorganized right now, but the enemy's not going to take advantage of that, and they're just going to hold their advantageous position up on this hill. This is one thing I really miss in Warhammer 2 as well, is I feel like there's nothing like this kind of map where it looks super big, and has like these really nice cool hills for defensive positions. They're all like, if they have a hill, they're almost usually either just completely steep going uphill, or they're very small. There's very few like this one where it's like, oh, there's a hill, and there's more, and then there's more stuff around. All the battle maps are super small. Bit of a bit disappointing from that, but you know, it's not wholly unexpected. They are trying to position themselves to match. Once my guys are in position, I'm going to start moving more over in this flank, because I want to try and go up as small of a hill incline as possible. Put my guys at advantage right there, at an advantage. I'll move this guy fast just that way he's not completely out of position, and then I'll walk him the rest of the way. This being, you know, a bit careful kind of thing, well, it's making this take longer, but it also means less units dead, which I'd say is worth it. And you guys see the position here. A little topographical map that I don't really make use of ever, but, you know, they have it in the game. And now we've officially secured, we're going to secure this back area here and just walk calmly up now. Since the AI is not worried about letting us take it, we'll have my units walk because they're starting to get winded. And I'd rather not have them be winded or tired before battle even gets joined. So you should run. You're a little bit behind everybody else. Well, thankfully, the AI let us get into this very nice position, which can basically almost negates their terrain advantage. We still have to move uphill, but it's nowhere as bad as it would have been. Right, sword units are almost in position. Everyone's walking, getting rested. My range units these guys are getting fresh, winded. I wonder why they're like differing speeds. Like some of these are, this one's very tired, but this one's fresh. This one's active. This is fresh. It's kind of strange. So we'll just wait one moment for them to relax. There's no need to like get my guys more tired than they already are. So if we can just like relax and walk. We can just wait just a moment for them to get... Yeah, that unit's already exhausted, which is going to very heavily affect their ability to be an effective flanking unit. So I definitely want these guys to go from exhausted to just like fresh. I think I want to be a little bit more to the left. Right now they're just tired. These guys are fresh. This guy's fresh. So yeah, we're just waiting for this sword unit to get his energy back up. If he's winded, that's probably good enough for now. I will walk. We'll get my spears and their walls. You can see them holding their little banner. Hey, that's like the banner that I have on the thumbnail, except a different color scheme. Hopefully that's not a sign of something. Is this a different color? Yeah, this one's a different banner. This is of Jesus. This one is Jesus. What? And then what's over here? Yeah, there's just this one odd man unit out that does not have like holding a Jesus symbol. Oh no, that one does. That's kind of interesting. Okay. I want to give these guys ability to run away if they need to. That's why I'm not letting them, telling them I'm going to give them the skirmisher orders, because I don't want them getting engaged from the enemy when they're not ready. I'm going to try getting these guys to focus fire on the enemy ranged units, because the less ranged units that they have, the better it is for me overall, so. Get that nice flanking charge in. These javelin I'm using to hold this flank here. To more rapidly just keep up the pressure. Oh, these guys are going into melee and they're not. Don't do that. Don't do that. Trebizond archers. Where's my general? Oh, there he is. Yeah, we're breaking the flank here. Their ranged units are gone. That one's just broken, though. I don't think it's routed, so I don't think it's shattered. So that's something to keep in mind as well. I'm going to move up my pike infantry to screen a little bit, too. That one, no, that one didn't shatter. It just lost its thing a little bit. I'm actually quite surprised about how ineffective my my ranged units are being against the Good job, General. These guys are actually doing a decent job of holding. I guess these guys must have a decent... Yeah, these guys actually have decent melee stats. Yeah, these guys are actually equal melee defense and melee attack compared to my melee guys. These guys are good. Though my guys actually now have the advantage, so they should slowly be winning it, though. Let me keep my units moving forward, that way they don't get broken up too much. And that unit's breaking. Now that unit's ready to rout the moment someone comes in melee with them, so I can't charge them. Or else it'll just cause myself problems. So I just need to outrange. I just need to spam them with my superior range unit stuff, kind of thing. They're about to die. That general's routed. He's about to die too. He stopped himself from running away, which is actually pretty impressive on his part. But he's definitely taken a lot of damage. Broke him. Easy clap. Alright, now we just finish off there. That should be like the last unit left alive, right? There we go. Dead, and victory is ours. I'm just going to let this go for just a moment to finish off this Peltast unit. But I think this army should basically be wiped out. And battle. Nice and easy battle. Only lost 321 units. Not too bad. Yeah, but yeah, their melee infantry were basically just basic militia spearmen, so they were pretty easy to just kill. Their main unit that got damaged was probably the final Peltast. Probably because I just had my units stand there because I didn't want them running away. So I wanted them to just stand there and let me. So we can fortify this position. We can upgrade the general. Give him some zeal. Battle movement. I want campaign movement, definitely. That's the priority for me. Almost always is campaign movement. You can't afford to upgrade it, so I don't know why it keeps telling me like there's like an. I guess it's telling me I can expand the amount of slots in, but I think slums occur if I do that when I'm not ready, so I'm not going to. So I can make. I think that should be fine on the cav, on the, you know, like the ranged unit front. But my infantry I can recruit is not exactly all that strong, so party wants to go back here because I'm pretty sure any army I recruit from here will be stronger than what I can recruit over here. So I think I'm gonna do is I'm going to just send this guy over here. Has this guy moved yet? No, he's already moved, so he won't be able to move anything anywhere. I'm probably going to move him here and have him be able to recruit from this guy's pool because it should be a bit more diverse in terms of what I can get. I think I can actually get cav from here, so it'll take how many turns before this main army gets here? It'll take them 2 turns. Not too bad. One assigns kills to these guys. You already maxed out public order. I'll get this and that for more tax rate, for more money. We won't be able to get public order for a couple turns, unfortunately. So what's the political situation like right now? So Michael's dead, his wife is gone. He's married, his kids are starting to come of age, but I don't really want to marry off to anybody because she's a bad influence. To an extent. He has a kiddo, but he's not married. He is a kiddo. He's married, and he has a legitimate and an illegitimate kid. Which one's the older one? The daughter's older than the son. Is he heir? I think he's heir. I think that means he's heir. So, well, that makes sense because he's the only one with a kid that isn't me. So, Alexios, you're already up high as you're gonna get. I can promote you. You're already as high as you're going to get. I think you, though, can get promoted. So, might as well. Lexios, let's get you married. You're still young enough to have children. But your wife might not be because for some reason they're always the same age. But we'll see. So we'll end turn. I don't think there's any more trade I can make with anybody. I think anybody... Well, there's actually this one I can make trade with. Probably. Trade agreement. How about we arrange a marriage with this person and we do a trade agreement. Well, she's such a bad marriage proposal that they're like, it's actually a bad thing to offer to offer her hand in marriage. That's actually funny. Let me see. Is it as bad for you? Oh, apparently he will take her off my hands. I can get trade back with Antioch, maybe. Make some money off of them. No. Okay. So I married her off. I wonder what that does with her. So, so she's no longer in my family tree. So she's now... Wait, no, there he is. So this is the faction... So, can I influence him at all? No. I guess he just appears in my family tree. But I guess he's their heir. So I married her off to the heir there. And he's... Wait, is he 44? Does that mean he's 44 years old? Wow. A marriage where they're not the same age. So that's definitely medieval in terms of age difference, though. You know, 44 and 20. That's definitely seems pretty common for the medieval age. Yeah, Rome seems to actually be fighting back. I thought they were gonna just keel over and die and be basically useless, and they brought me into a war. But it looks like they've started doing stuff. I plan to take all the settlements that they lost, though, and make it my own. Either way. Political favors and give it to him. Sure. Decree. She's a bit of a drunkard, but at least maybe it might be good for him. He's not. I don't really need him to be cunning because he's not going to be heir. To an extent, it might be better that he is bad cunning. Because the simple fact of the matter is, he could be a threat to the future heir. There you go. Now I get some cav in that army. And this army will arrive back in Nicaea without any issues. I'm going to have to send this guy unit here to proselytize the one true religion. Why? Oh, I can park him there too. That's nice. So he'll start replenishing. It'll take him 4 turns to fully replenish, it looks like. Not the end of the world. Not too bad. This guy will be ready in 2 turns with his army, and we can finally go on the offensive. We'll probably have this guy come from the south and push against Korea, and then we'll have this guy's army a little bit behind, push against Sinope, and basically we'll wipe out the Empire of Trebizond, and we'll wipe out this, what's your name again? I think it's like the Kingdom of Cilicia. No, Cilicia. There we go. I just have to say it a couple times before I actually get it. Kingdom of Hungary does not like me. I'm not raiding and blocking the Kingdom of Croatia. What do you mean? Well, I can't arrange a marriage. I already gave my only daughter away. So I don't really know what to do. Oh well. You don't really know what you want from me. You know what's kind of funny is I just got off from recording the Rome 2 episode for my Chimeria campaign, and it's kind of funny, like the churn orders and what the difference in food situations is between the 2 campaigns. Like the other one, I had a really big problem with food, being able to feed my settlements and my army supplies, and the churn orders being super long. Well, this one's actually feels like it goes up pretty fast. I'm not gonna have a military alliance with you. No. We're going to be going to war soon. I'm not gonna have more friendly relations with you. I do not have friendly relations with that woman. Let's see. I think it's 50% to adopt fortify stance. Don't want to be too far away, actually, in case there's a big army, so we'll just fortify over here. Does that help replenishment at all, or does that hurt replenishment? I'm kind of curious. It hurt replenishment, so I guess I'll just keep him in there. Let's expand that unit and just get a better unit in its place. And see, this one will be done in 3 turns, while the other one would be done in 1 turn, in multiple turns. I might as well just replace these guys entirely. I don't think javelins are probably all that good in this game. Probably not. But I probably have better versions of them anyways, so So it looks like I could recruit up to 3 units at turn. So that's probably going to be the best I'm going to do for now. I want to get that army out as fast as I can. Now, this guy is basically should be improving. Yeah, that's already improved the percentages, so it's good. 10 turn. That should also help with public order situation there too. There's a new game I want to pick out actually for the that I want to record for the for a series that I picked up. That I haven't picked it up yet, but I have on my wish list. I'm tempted to pick it up. I probably shouldn't right now because I picked up a few games and I picked up something pretty expensive. So I probably shouldn't buy it until a later sale, especially because I won't play it immediately. No, I don't want you to be my friend. Fuck off. Oh, Commander... Oh, someone died? Theodorus died of natural causes. My best general... I guess Yorgos is going to have to take over. Dude, he's a governor. I probably shouldn't do that. I should probably pick somebody else from a different one. What's faction? Other nobles, other nobles. Theodorus died at age 51 of natural causes. New Holy Roman Emperor is also taking the throne. What convenient timing. That's kind of funny. So right now, who's heir right now to him? No one is heir yet. But it looks like that guy that, like, oh yeah, this guy's no longer part of the family tree. Wait, he died? I don't think they died. I think just what happened is because Theodorus himself died. Because Theodorus died, these guys are no longer, like, part of his family tree anymore. I think that's what it is. You know, the moment they have a kid, if I'm being honest with you, the moment these two have a kid, I'm going to name him as the heir to Zykios. But I also need to make him better at doing his job. He's currently a governor. I can promote him now. The better I make him, the better it shall be. You're as good as you can get. Who are you? You're already up there. So, yeah, everyone's as high rated as they can be. How much? He has a lot of influence right now, actually. Is anybody loyalties low with my last leader dying? Because that's one thing to always gotta consider is loyalty. He's the lowest one, tied for lowest at 6. I do need to keep an eye on this general guy though. But I guess let's gather support. But, like, you know, he's a new general. He's a new emperor. He needs to gather some support, you know? Right? I mean, it only makes sense. I can't really afford to build anything quite yet. I want to save up to upgrade my cities to higher tiers. I think that would be a lot better. Or at least get the silver mines increased, potentially, from our money. We'll kind of see what I end up doing. So let's end turn because we won't be able to move out with our armies yet. Oh, there's unassigned skills apparently. We'll slowly work you up a little bit. Alexios is the governor of that area. I'm actually kind of curious. I never checked. Is if this guy's my faction leader, so he can still be my faction leader. Still can be a governor. That's good to know. Oh, Western Thracia needs a new guy. Yorgos, apparently you are a man without a place to govern. Now you have a place to govern. That's kind of strange. Oh, he's already there too. Strange that he didn't have a governorship, considering I put him in places where I put my governors. That is a bit weird. Let's see. Growth is nice. Tax. I don't need to worry about the public order. Tax rate. I do not. Can I afford to make it negative? Actually, I can. You know, might as well make more money if they're willing to put up with it. You know, I do need to put more sanitation in my settlement in Constantinople apparently, and also roads apparently is also pretty bad. Fountain for sanitation. Here we go. Something I could afford to make. And will actually improve the situation. Win-win. I'm actually surprised that Constantinopolis, or just Constantinople for sure. That they're going after a pretty big faction. I guess I'll just have to enter the one side of the ally because I want to be friends with them. I know, you never abandon your friend in his time of need. Yeah, the Cuban Confederacy, I'm pretty sure they also, didn't want to trade with me anymore, so screw them. No, Thessalonica, I plan to kill you. I don't want to be your ally. Alexios died? Who's Eugenia? The problem is, I actually don't know who this is. I'm going to give blessing. I have no problem giving the blessing. You know, if they like each other, then they like each other. They have actually had a son, Alexios. You. Name him heir. Why can't you let me declare an heir? Oh, I have to manage to select him. He's been nominated as heir because he has a son. A direct line from the previous King Theodoros. And you only have a bastard son anyways. Shameful. So did somebody fail the promotion? Or, oh no, because his spot opened up. Ooh, excuse me. So let's upmake him, give him protest door. That way he'll be better as a commander. You don't have enough influence yet to give you any promotions, and all the higher levels are taken there. So his loyalty's 10 out of 10. Your loyalty's 6 out of 10. Your loyalty's good. Your loyalty's fine. Now, you did a good job gathering support. This guy's 40. This guy's 25. Let's have you adopt this guy as my up-and-coming general. That way we have a military man in the family. I have one more turn before the army is ready to go. And for both armies, actually. Oh, this priest has a better bonus. Give him better authority, I guess. We'll have to keep an eye on the northern borders. If Bulgaria gets pressured quite heavily, we'll need to support them. But I won't be able to support them immediately because I need to focus more on the wars a bit closer to home first. But I should hope to be able to clear them out pretty quickly, considering I will have 2 armies where normally I would just have 1 focused on the job. So it should make it clear up pretty quickly. Defeat for the Crusaders. Good. Crusaders betrayed Constantinople and... I lost control. Who did I try to secure loyalty to? I thought I was trying to adopt the guy. Wait. Let me check the event messages again. Apparently I tried to actually secure loyalty to somebody, and I thought I was trying to adopt somebody. I'm confused now. You adopt him. There. I can't go any further until I guess I get this. Pig pens, sugarcane mills, not too bad. Port, market, I don't mind that. I like that idea. I'm gonna go for this one. Let's lay siege to Ankyria. Oh, apparently there's no garrison here? But we can't attack it because we can't afford to. But apparently there's no garrison here, which means it's an easy conquest. That's a surprise. I'm only losing 5, missing on 5 units there. That's not the end of the world. And I'll be able to move on to that settlement next. Perfect. I would say this war effort's going to be quite easy, at least initially. We'll see how it goes for the rest of it. But so far so good. Probably end turn, and then we'll probably end the episode after conquering Ankyria. That way you guys get at least some combat in this part. I usually like to have at least one battle per part. Sometimes it ends up being more, sometimes it ends up being less. Rome 2 is an example of, like, I think they've gone... No, it wasn't 2 parts, it was 1 part. Oh, look, 2 armies suddenly. I could probably take them. But I'm going to be wise, I'm going to actually fall back. Are you kidding me? My guy who's not close enough to actually support him. That's actually a bit annoying. Now I wish I took that battle. That way I wouldn't have to deal with this. Oh well. Much regret. Oh well. We should still be able to win this. My infantry is better than their infantry, even if they have... they have a little bit more than I do. But I've beaten worse odds. I was figuring if I retreat, they might be close enough to support each other, or at the very least, you know, they might attack him anyways, but he'll be a bit closer to my ally to fall back to, or something like that, but I was wrong. Alright, well, let's see, what's a good place to hold up here? Probably over here on this ridge, is what I'm thinking, because, like, this wouldn't have been too bad, but that's right next to their territory, so it's probably going to have to be this ridge over here. Make use of what the terrain as best we can. I want to make it so my melee infantry are a little bit further down than my ranged units. That way my ranged units don't have as much trouble shooting over their heads. And shooting at their enemies. Even if it does give a little bit... give up a little bit of the height buff that they will get. They still should get it, but won't be quite as high, I'm thinking, with this setup. Could be wrong, though. You guys keep an eye on that flank. You guys, let's do a little bit of targeting, positioning kind of thing here. We will have to be a bit careful about flanking maneuvers because I'm kind of out of space for it, but I do at least have cav that I can make use of here. There's no walls to allow them in, General. Do you already have Alzheimer's? I'm not sure if you guys can hear him, but he's like, there shall be no we shall not allow any enemies within these walls. But there are no walls. I I'm surprised we don't see the city off in the distance or anything like that, considering we're technically besieging it. So I think that is a bit strange, but. They'll be coming soon. They attacked me, so, you know, they have to move against me. They can't just take that really nice hill up there. Well, I could take my bridge. Nope, gotta pause that. They did hit these guys a little bit, but not too much. Are these guys not firing? There we go. Now they're getting ready to fire. I'd be amazed if my general just gets himself casually killed, and I think his first battle. This is not Andronoko. I like this actually Andronokos. Not his first battle. I need to bring this guy up over here to support. I'm keeping this guy out of the combat because I'm expecting to need to reinforce it. My army over here. I'm actually going to charge here with my swords, and I'm prepared to reinforce if need be. But yeah, this flanking swords. The swords aren't going to be all that great against Cav, but they're designed to be stuck in melee. You know what I mean? So it should be a bit better off. These guys are about, before they rout, they're going to try charging right into my spears for some reason. I'm not going to, you know, they want to kill themselves. I'm not going to stop them. Yeah, that's the enemy admiral is just gonna wait there. Any enemy general is just gonna wait. That's some battle that should quite easily be going in my favor. I'm surprised I even lost 8 generals bodyguards compared to their units. But I should slowly be winning this more and more as time goes on. Yeah, it's like they have 2 enemy general units right there. We should have the advantage in terms of melee combat, but they do have better cav than I do, it looks like, over, at least in terms of pure numbers. But they're kind of starting to throw that away a little bit. By the sheer fact that I just killed one of their cav units for free. There is no God but God. Interrupt that charge there. I can also get this unit of spears into their backs. That flank has been secured. I'm going to follow this one back. That unit I'm going to reposition to just fire up front because it looks like there's nothing to really be too worried about. Yeah, he broke. Nicely done. This one's actually sticking in a bit better than I was expecting, but still should die not too long. They're shattered. I could get a rear charge on that one pretty easily. They did not get a good charge off there, so it's gonna just shatter them too. I think that's all of their army except for their archers shattered. So we'll just clean up what's left of them. That one's routed. I think there's there's a whole army over here actually. Fall back, fall back, fall back. Why are my archers charging out like it's like they're a crazy kind of people? I didn't even realize that there was another there was still another arm that was the extra army. They honestly, the AI really needs to be better about grouping together their forces. Because this is actually kind of comical. They threw away one army, basically turned into from a 2v1 into a 1v1v1. Well, more accurate to 1v1 and then a 1v1. I think it'd be more accurate to say actually. We'll just fall back to our hillock. We've chased off and killed anything that we can, so we might as well just let our guys get a chance to rest and relax. We reform this line here just to help defend this flank. Let me change the angle slightly just to make sure I got my bases covered. Man, all my cav are alive, so now they're just getting a chance to rest and relax after killing a lot against him. My general has 54 kills, 149 kills, 29 kills, and 171 kills. All a decent amount of kills. My archer has also got a respectable amount of kills. And even my Peltast, actually, I'm surprised. These guys didn't actually get a lot of kills. I think they also haven't fired a lot yet, so I wonder who they were firing at. Oh, this guy got a lot of kills. This is also my flanking army here. So, definitely not surprising. This one, not too surprising, getting a lot of kills because the fight that had a flank was a cav fight. And swords don't really do a lot against the cav. So, they're mostly there to help try and keep them stuck there and do a little bit extra damage. These guys did a good job holding the front line. I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to cycle these guys to the back. And cycle these guys in. That way these guys don't take as much damage, and it'll be faster to replenish my army overall at that point. Do the same thing over here. These pikemen, though, have been doing a great job. Decent amount of kills, but they did the most important job of all, was holding the line. I think most of their damage was just done against due to enemy archer fire. My guys may be damaged and injured, but they are also fresh. Still. Now. An enemy have used up all of their cav, so the moment that their units engage, my cav will just have free reign over all of their archers. I think they're all militia archers too. No, these, I don't know what these guys are, but they're light bows. They're not like men at arms with bows, which means that these guys are not as threatening as the other, as like the ones that the Latin Empire had, where while they would still die, they at least put up a fight. These guys can't actually advance any further. Fall back, Peltasts. You did the job you're supposed to. You brought them into melee. Because they're quite content to use their like ammunition to just pepper my lines. But now these guys are just getting demolished by the arrow fire. That one just shattered before it even reached my lines. That's how screwed that one was. On the bright side, you guys are being attacking without any protection. Perfect. That unit's been shattered. My general actually wasn't running. I was like, where is he? He just was like taking his leisurely time of attacking. I have to be careful my range units don't go into melee on accident. That one was trying to do. Shattered and destroyed. Well, they just shattered. So time for me to just clean up house, get as many, just weaken them as much as possible for the follow-up battle. I'm just going to fast forward though, because most of this is just cleanup. Well, there's actually a decently big force running away in that direction. My archers are chasing me. Come back here! We want to fire! We want to fire at you. You better get back here. There we go. Militia's deleted. The army's that unit's been basically wiped out. There's just one unit I want to clean up a little bit, and then we'll end the battle. Finish him! Nice job. A heroic victory, you say? I was certain of victory. So who did not need to be heroic? Man, lots of kills. Very nicely done for my units all around. Yeah, just having cav in this game, especially in open field, like if you lose the cav advantage, you might as well lose in Attila, and I think it's even more. I think it's probably even more pronounced in the medieval 1212 AD mod. I can loot and occupy it, or do I want to occupy? Let's just loot and occupy. I want money. I can just finish off what remains of that army now, and then push up to Sinop, or I can just kind of leave it there. I think it'd just be better to wipe it out now. Alexios, David, see. Wait, you can be a governor and a battle? Oh, the balance of power has gotten kind of shot now. It's affected integrity and stuff like that now. That's a problem. Ezekios, he's like, I've used so much of his stuff to try and make these better. But he's definitely not as good as the other guy at politics. Does that mean he got divorced? I don't know what that means. It's a good... I guess that means he's at risk of running away, kind of a thing. I have two guys try to secure his loyalty just to make sure of things. This guy's also... So she could get married to somebody too. We'll think about it. Let's repair. Repair. Can I repair? Do I need to convert it? I do need to convert it. Like, I guess I have to repair it first. Silk weaver. Icon maker. Okay. Yeah, that's a very weak army. I don't need to worry about it. I can just take Sinope now. Well, at least I can besiege it before we end the episode. But yeah, that guy did a good job, and this force now has some traditions to go off of. Let's do bonus replenishment, because he kind of needs it. And let's just wipe out this army real quick. We don't want it raiding, potentially, so better just wipe it out. And now we get back to Enkria. Gee, but yeah, Ezekios, man, he's really let me down when it comes to like being as to living up to his father, you know? He's really disappointed me. Oh, I picked the wrong one there. Oh. At least I improved his integrity. Okay, everybody. We're going to leave off of that episode. We've gone on for long enough. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. We did a nice battle. Beat up 2 enemies of the Empire of Trebizond. And we're moving east now. We've captured Ankara. Looks like Rome is starting to take out the Kingdom of Cilicia. I do not know what happened. But Rome got bitch slapped at first, lost like 3 settlements, and now they've recaptured 2 of them, and I've taken the 3rd one for myself. But they're not going to try taking it back from me. And now it looks like we're going to win this war quite handily. Once I take Sinope, I'll be able to just send an army over to Trebizond, finish it off, and then I can focus on the north. Because it looks like Bulgaria, I'm not sure if Bulgaria is going to be losing or winning it. I don't think they've lost anything. I wasn't really paying close attention to it. But it looks like I might need to start pushing northwards, and I'll be taking the Black Sea, which is kind of funny because I'm doing a Kingdom of Cilicia campaign, and I'm going to be taking the Bosphorus for myself. So it's kind of an interesting situation I wasn't expecting to get into, if I'm being honest. But I'm enjoying it all the same. So, I hope you have a good day, night, wherever you may be. And I'll see you guys next time. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be back next week with this episode. But feel free to check out, I have videos Monday through Friday. Every day now, currently, you know. Hopefully you guys are all enjoying them. 4 out of 5 of them is Total War. So if you like Total War, feel free to stick around. Bye-bye.